Hey guys, so we just got a new request in to rename and renumber all of the sheets that are in this project before this thing goes out tomorrow. So we have a script for that. This is the project 18009, Arizona Phoenix project here, ARSL. So we're going to go ahead and punch up the MC building. Let me show you what that request looked like real quick. So here's the actual request came in from MedGage, right? So she's got a couple items in here, but attaches a new MC index. Please rename all sheets as shown in Excel. Allele index is fine, that's the other building, so no worries there. All right, so I downloaded this file, and here is the new index file. Okay, so we can see we've got an existing column. So this is the format that we had actually given her, right, to use previously. So we have an existing format and we have a new updated format. So she's removing some sheets here, it looks like. You know, she's got some renaming going on. You know, this used to say level 2 and it doesn't anymore, it says zone A. So we've got some variances and some differences. Now, here's some funny things. She's got E2 1601 here, doesn't have a number here, no big deal. We know that those are probably going to be staying consistent and pulling over to here, right? Okay, so that would, new editing. So what we need to do is a couple steps. One, I don't trust that this is actually existing, okay? Two, we need to pull our own data out of the model to see what's actually existing in the model, and then compare it to what's intended for the new updated list. Okay, so let's start there. So I'm going to move this to my other screen. Luckily, we have some scripts to run on this, which makes this pretty quick. So we're going to go to Manage, punch up Dynamo. Always select 2.0.1 version of Dynamo. There are different versions here. They have different node functionality and different deprecation of scripts. So we've built everything that we have so far in MSA on 201. That's basically what you have to select every time in order for these things to work correctly. So we're going to go to Open Script. If you go to your Google file stream, Team Drives, MSA DTG, go to Alpha, then Dynamo, and then there's a battery number and rename sheets. Okay. So we're going to do battery numbering from Excel, sheet renumber. Okay, so we're going to go to sheet renumbering first. Let's open that up. It's been a while since I've used this script here, so let's just refresh. Okay, so get sheets. So this section here should be pink because that denotes action and something we need to edit. Sometimes in 201 there's bugs. This category should be sheets, not specialty equipment. For some reason, this thing changes when you close it and open it. It's no big deal. We just need to go and select sheets, okay? So we're going to pull all the sheets. We're going to get all the elements of that category. So we're going to get all the elements in the sheets. We're going to sort that data by sheet number and sheet name. And then we're basically, these two green squares here is just code to go ahead and send that data and write it to an Excel sheet, okay? So first we need an Excel sheet to write it to. So let's go to our Google file stream, Team Drives, DTG, Alpha, Dynamo, and let's go, whatever, let's just find a Excel sheet here. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this into this project. I think it's 18009, right? Yeah, 18009. So I'm going to copy and paste. Oh, well, I already have sheet indexes in here, so let's take a look at what this is real quick. Okay, so this is just the sheet index I had used previously to get this project started. So I'm actually going to keep this in here, it's fine. I'm just going to whack this out. So you just want to start with a blank Excel file, okay? So I'm just going to save that, and I actually want to rename this and put, this is the MC building. There's two buildings on this project, so I'm just going to rename this as MC because Allele is the other building. I just don't want to get confused. So I'll have that as MC. Okay, now let's go back to our Dynamo script. And where is it? There it is. Okay, now here in Excel, I should probably edit this, make this a little bit easier for y'all. And let's bring this here. I'm going to add this to this group. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is just make one spot that you have to actually edit and put in information, okay? And this is a pretty sloppy script, but never cross the streams, but whatever. Okay, so here, all we have to do is click Browse. We're going to go to that file path, so 18009, I'm going to go to that MC building, and then hit OK. All this is giving us is a file path of where to write the sheet numbers and sheet names in Excel too. Simple as that, okay? All right, so now this script is done, it's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and hit save, and then I'm just gonna hit down here on the bottom, I'm gonna hit run. Okay, on my other screen, this just popped up. Okay, so that same Excel file, the data was pulled out of the project and it was written here to Excel. So now this is all of the sheets and sheet numbers and the sheet names across this entire building. Okay, now this is great, and we know we need to change this based on what's here. So what we first want to do is let's validate and see, hey, just because a PM gave us something that was quote unquote existing, is that actually accurate? So what I want to do here is I'm going to right click, insert two columns on the left hand side, and I'm going to copy and paste this in. I'm going to validate this data myself. Okay, why do I do these things? Well, better safe than sorry, right? This script will not work if what you're trying to rename on the left does not exist. Okay, so if you're trying to rename something on the right hand side and that thing doesn't actually exist on the left, you got a problem. All right, so let's go ahead and expand these rows out a little bit. Make sure we can see what's actually existing. All right, so we look, this should match up because I gave her this data. Okay, so these enlarged plans are already in here. So I'm wondering, okay, these never got removed. So we need to remove those. So let's start by doing this. Okay, anything needs to be removed. Quickly flip these red, and the reason for doing this is currently right now the script will not remove sheets. Like I can't run the script and have something named remove sheet and here automatically do that. We have to manually go in the project and remove those sheets first. So we're going to do that, and in order to do that, I like to highlight this stuff. Okay, so now these two are supposed to be new. They're same exact number. They are actually already in the project, so we can just ignore that. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about those. This guy here, he is being renamed and renumbered. Sorry, renamed and not renumbered, so I'm going to put his number there. Anything that's missing a number, we need to put the numbers in. So let's actually back up here a little bit. So these do not exist. So let's make sure we get those in there. Let's put these in here. Okay, and just work our way down the sheet. And the reason we're doing this is what we're actually going to end up doing is deleting all of these columns and just ending up with these two, running the script minus the remove sheets, and then we're going to be able to have a clean list to tell our script to go ahead and run and do this data. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to just work through this real quick. Are these being removed? And abbreviation and symbol list is down here. Okay, I'm not sure, they don't say remove. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so we're starting to get out of sync here. So these are good, 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 good. They're being renamed and renumbered. Yeah, these are being renamed and renumbered. But we're still good because we're still lined up. We're not panel schedules anymore. here's panel schedules here. Okay, this gets a little funky right here, and the reason for this is they're adding some sheets in, and then they're changing what those sheets are. So instead of just saying, hey, this number is changing, it's actually changing what's on that sheet. So let's just take a look here. So instead of having one single line diagram, they're going to 3, and then this panel schedules are getting renumbered. So what would be easier here is we actually add these other 2 panel schedules in as new sheets. Okay? So this is a renumbering and renaming tool, not a batch creation tool. That's okay. We can just real quickly add those new sheets in and be done with that manually. And actually the easier way to do that, so that you can work through a whole list and keep track of it, is just go to add-ins, and let's go our tools, project setup, and let's go into create sheets, and then you just manually put them in here. Okay, so this becomes really simple to do. We can just work through these sheets right here, so we know these are those 2 sheets. You gotta do a cell at a time, which sucks. Alright, copy and paste not working. Oh, it is working. There we go. Should allow me to do these things. So let's try to clear this. Man, that does suck, doesn't it? This you could hit reload from Excel and then edit in Excel, and this will pop up another Excel for this, which seems kind of silly, but it's alright. We'll just stick that there. Okay, easier work in Excel. Alright, so we'll just minimize that for a minute, and we're gonna work through our sheet here and make sure we've got everything we need nice and cleaned up. Okay, let's actually split this way a little bit more. Let's go big on this. Okay, so we've got these 2 are actually new. Right, so we're gonna go green on those. We got those covered, got those listed. Okay, so now we've already got 5101. Okay, so what we really need to do is move this down. All right, I'm gonna work through this, and then I'm gonna come back to the video because this is gonna take me a little bit. All right, well, still working through this here. I just got into basically what we had to do here was add a sheet, line these up, same sheets being renumbered, add these 2 sheets. Haven't actually added them yet, but I've been adding them to this batch creator, so that'll happen in one scoop, one fell swoop. These 2 are same. These are being renumbered, and then these are being deleted. So we're gonna go red on them. We've got no changes here. These do exist, but it looks like we are off residential building units, and these are mechanical diagrams. So I actually think these are new. Yeah. Right, because we've got 45 and 4501. Those are being renamed and renumbered. Okay, so that means we need to grab this stuff, and let's move this down below that line there. Okay, so we're gonna move that stuff down, and we're gonna take 4502. Okay, this is gonna be new, so we're gonna batch put those there. Make sure that's green. Okay, diagrams 51. Not sure what's going on there. I guess that's a no change 51. And those are already existing, so those are good. Schedules. Not sure why she has 55s, because I don't see any 55, 0, and 01. Assuming those are mechanical schedules, she just didn't copy that because it's got the same thing, which means these two need to be new sheets. That is correct. So we have schedules. They're just 6000s and 6001s. Those will line up and be renamed and renumbered, right? So we need to add in one new sheet, which will be, oh, I'm sorry. We need to add in all of these. We don't have any of those 4. Okay, so let's go here, add those 4, and then you notice we're not lined up here anymore. So let's take all of this, and we're gonna, we're gonna cut that out, and we're gonna move that down to where the plumbing begins. Okay, so we have a save view here. We have to be very careful with the MSA save view. It does need to show up. So we actually need to insert a line, and we need to move this right here, because that will be a sheet, right? It's technically a sheet, and it will be a sheet as this script runs. It will be a sheet in Revit, so we do have to allocate for it. Okay. Now looks like we're lined up here. She's got no changes across here except for these 2 renamings. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these numbers, paste them there. We'll take these names, we'll paste them there. That's being renamed. So then we'll take these 2 that are not, go there. These 2 that are not, go there. Okay, this sheet's coming out. So we're going to go red on that bad boy. These 2 have no change. Okay. And this bad boy's coming out. And this bad boy's coming out. So this can be a pretty laborious process, as you can tell, but it's still not that bad. It's still better than doing it manually. Okay, we've got zone A, zone B, so let's paste that in there. MC buildings, these are being renamed, so let's paste those in there. And then 11 o'clock, gotta run another meeting, so we'll pick this up in a little while. Alright, so I think I've got the rest of the sheet layout resolved. We've also got all the new sheets listed, all the sheets to be removed listed, and I think we're almost lined up here. One thing to also remember is we can't have any breaks, so it has to go right from electrical to mechanical, so we need to get rid of and move a bunch of this stuff up. So this line can go here, and then I need to take all of this and move this up so that we don't have any break in the action, and we have a continuous list. Okay, so we're still not done yet, but what we're going to do right now is we're going to go in onto the Revit side first off and batch create our sheets. And so we have this list here, which is the new sheet. So I'm going to bring up Rush 4 Tools again. Going to reload from Excel. Okay, there's the updated list that we created. Select our title block to create those lists. That should be the 30 by 42. And then let's go ahead and create those sheets. Okay, those sheets are now done. We close Rush 4 Tools. Let's go in and validate that and run down to our sheets and just take a look to make sure that one of those new sheets is created. So we were at, let's see, what's some of the new ones? Plumbing residentials of P45s. Okay, so let's expand our plumbing. And P45s are, so here's something you have to do. Now we created all those sheets, but they did not get sorted. So unlike our new project setup script, this particular script does not sort them correctly, so we do need to do the proper sorting. So we go electrical, content series. Good thing is content series should already be filled in. So this is diagrams, E5100s. These two are 55s, electrical 55s. lives, which I think was renumbered, yeah. So schedules used to be 6,000s. So in that case, we'll go down, grab our schedules. Only have two, nope, we have a couple. So let's select all those schedules, and then let's change that to E500. Now remember, we haven't renamed the 5200s because we haven't run the script. That doesn't mean we can't change the content series, because we're going to need that eventually anyway. Okay, let's grab these residential units, and let's go ahead and change these to mechanical, and M4500, which are unit plans. Okay, we'll grab our 5500s, which are our schedules, change our discipline, change our content series. And again, we don't have 5500s, so we're going to go ahead and change that to 5500s. And then let's go check our mechanical real quick, make sure we don't have any other schedules. And we do. And we will change that to 5500s. Okay. Last one, we have our plumbing, residential units. Those will go plumbing, and they will be P4500s. These are on large plans, so we will go P4500s because they're still units. Okay, so all of that's been done. So now we can go ahead and, so this index sheet is now out of date, right? The original one we made. So let's close that. Okay. Okay, we're almost done here. So we should have a full consolidated list now across these two columns, but we haven't, for the news, they've been added, we haven't removed the sheets. So now we need to go in and make sure that we can remove those sheets out. And I'm just going to move this to my other screen so I can look at these both at the same time. Okay, so we're going to go in E1502. And I'm going to quickly run through and just delete these out, and then we'll continue. Okay, so now what we've done is we've got all the sheets deleted, we've got all the sheets added. I just went in and reran that same script we did together earlier so that I can pull the new data out, copy and pasted it into cells A and B, and deleted the existing from the PM. So now we have our true existing and we have what is intended to be. Okay, and now we have some of these rows and sheets that need to get removed. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those. And now as we remove these blanks and we realign this stuff, we should now be consistent. And if we line up on a one-to-one basis, we're good to go and use the second script. And so let's go ahead and start to slim this down. So I'm going to cut these. So let's move all these up. And looks like we're off one already. Specs, where are we off? We're good here, we're good here. Residential unit plans, but those are being renumbered. Those are good. Single lines. Okay, so it looks like this one. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be, okay, we need one more sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and 101, okay. So we're going to move this guy down. We need this guy here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since it's just one sheet, I'm just going to go ahead and make that manually. Okay, let's grab our 30 by 42, okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just set this. And this is, what is this? put this on my screen so I can type it out. Okay, so we are E2-5101, and then our sheet name is, and hopefully this I can copy and paste. Okay, so we're good there. That's going to go to electrical, and then that content series is going to be 5100. It's diagrams. Okay, so now we should be good, and we're just going to continue our consolidation process. Okay, what do we got going on here? E210. Okay, that one is actually changing to E25504. So we have the right things, but we can't rename and renumber this to this because it actually needs to move down and become this. So we're gonna manually go in and fix that sheet. So this guy needs to become, just copy and paste, drives me nuts. Okay, you can copy and paste from this cell from up top. So we'll go ahead and edit that. Okay, that moves that down here. And we should have E55. Yeah, those are all getting renumbered to E55s. Okay, so it should be good, I think. E5502. E5504. Oh, did I copy the wrong one? Hold on. I did, sorry. There it goes. Okay, so that's been moved down. So it should be good there. Let's consolidate the rest of these. Okay, we're getting closer. Okay, let's do that dynamo script one more time. Okay, that did not pop up. Okay, so when the Excel file won't pop up, sometimes Dynamo gets stuck. Just restart Dynamo, open that same script again. The data should all be consistent. Rerun it. And still not popping up, but hopefully it did update our data, and it did. So let's go and grab this data again. Then let's paste that in here one last time. And again, we want to make sure that we're accurately lined up here. Okay, so now you see that that guy's been moved down. I manually renumbered him. Then we start our M's. And save views are lined up. And we are off right at the end here. Diagrams. That's changing. Okay, so we're missing an isometric view. So I missed one to add in as a new sheet. Okay, so these guys will go down one. This guy will be over here. And what we'll do is, again, manually come in, make one more sheet, and that's sense because I had to run to a meeting and did not do this correctly, but it happens. Okay, and then let's get the name off of that. Okay, let's come in and name that correctly and change our discipline and our content series, and we are P5100s. Okay, alright, now we should be good. Okay, now we're lined up. Now we don't have these three, so let's just stick those three over there because we know they do exist in Revit and they do need to line up. Okay, ignore all the colors, but now we have a full consolidated list. Okay, so now we're good. Let's delete these two. Okay, and I think we need one blank on the left. Okay, so this should be the list that it's going to rename and renumber to. So let's save this. Okay, and let's make sure this is saved. Alright, location. Oops. $18,009. Okay, we have a new name in there, so we're going ahead and save that. Okay, let's close this guy out. Close that guy out. Now we're going to go back into Dynamo. We're going to close this guy. Okay, now we're going to open the renumber script. So we're going to go back to Google Drive, Dynamo, and we're going to open the sheet renumbering from Excel. Okay, and just like the previous script, we need to set our file path. So let's go ahead, browse to our location. Job 18,009. Okay, now we're going to get this new sheet list that we know is updated. I'm going to click OK. Okay, we're going to save this. Now, before we run this, what we want to do is I want to save this project. Okay, now look in your transactions. Okay. We should modify element attributes to last transaction. Let's go ahead and sync central real quick. And we're going to call this pre-updated sheet numbering. Okay. Now the reason to do that is if I break something here, I can go ahead and restore the previous version in the cloud. But we want to be confident we're not going to break anything, so we've already checked all that. One thing I just want to check is the index. So we're going to go to data, we're going to go to 0, and we're going sheet index, sheet numbers begins at index 0. Okay, so in that Excel file, just look at a previous one we pushed. And it is at index 1. Let's check this one real quick too. Okay, yeah. So there is no blank in front. So I'm going to modify this one, and again, I'll set this up template-wise so it's a little bit easier for us. Come on, there we go. And we're going to delete that row, so it needs to be at the first row. Okay, we save that. Okay, now we should be good to go ahead and run. Let's go ahead and run this. Sheet numbers already in use. That's okay. Unique number. Okay, so now those sheets that were already existing, they've been ignored, and the new sheet numbers, so you see all the nulls, new sheet numbers have been pushed, and the new sheet names have also been pushed. Okay, So we should be okay now. Now, how do we validate that this is updated? Okay, so let's close this one. Okay, let's go back to our sheet renumbering, and let's pull everything out one more time. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. Open up that sheet. Okay, so we ran this one last time, and everything seems to be updated, renamed, renumbered. 500, 5101, 5102, 55, 5501. So it looks like everything got renamed and renumbered correctly. We should be good. Let's check. Let's check our electrical, SES, and SES. Yep, okay. So we should be good to go. So that's completed. Took a little bit of effort, but much quicker than doing it manually. So let's go ahead and sync our changes and compact, and we're good to go.